Hello everyone, this is Blue Thunder Fan Racing, and this is the PWRL Budweiser Retro Series, here at Sears Point, for race number 7 of the season, the 911 Never Forget 350. This race was originally going to be the Pennzoil 350, but then I ended up doing this race on September 11th. Anyway, on the pole is Zachary Robinson. Starting next to him is Richard Johnson. Row number 2, Aaron Williams and Mason Wood. Alternate paint scheme there. Row 3, Brandon Bain of a good qualifying run. And Josh Colin. Row 4, Peter Saviano and Eric Austin. And rounding up top 10 is Barney Ward and Rob Thomas. Nicole Sanchez also has an alternate paint scheme this week. However, before we fire these engines, a moment of silence. We're going to have a moment of silence to look back on the events that took place on September 11th, 2001. Alright, now it is time to fire up those engines. Here's the rest of the starting lineup. Richard Johnson is making his debut in this series. So is Kyle Sosnowski in the 28. Alright, the pace car's on ahead for pit road there. I'd look out for Brandon Bain and Richard Johnson. Those two are in the Sony IndyCar series. Brandon Bain does really well on the road courses, while Johnson is just a driver in the series. But a lot of people that make a transition from open wheels to stock cars have good road racing abilities. So I'd watch out for Richard Johnson at 25, as we are green. Oh, there's already issues on the start. What happened here? Oh, gosh. Man, these guys are having so many issues that they can't even get past the start now. Aaron Williams is dropping like a rock. Whoa! Rob Thomas almost wrecked it. Looking for the field right now. Ooh, Robinson runs up high. Here comes Mason Wood. Richard Johnson is going to, in his debut, is going to lead the first lap of this race. Well, Nicole Sanchez is on pit road, so this might have been a big crash. Let's go back and see what happened. Okay, this was just simply being a retard. Watch Thomas Reynolds in the green and white car to 65. Sponsored by Jasper. Oh wait, no, it's somebody else's fault. What the heck? Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is not a product of stupidity. This is a product of a mistake by Mafias Reynolds. Oh, this is the product of a mistake by Mafias Reynolds. He got in a bumper of the 1, and also the 75 did so to the 71. So, no, that was just a bit of an error. However, this, this right here is stupidity. Everybody's makes contact with the bumper of the car in front of them, and then it gets so intense that they go 4 wide in this turn. Sanchez is gonna get thrown in the air. Well, that was a very interesting crash. We'll see you back for the restart. We are going to go back to green flag racing on lap number 4 of 17. Only driver out of the race there's all that last incident is Nicole Sanchez. Her Publix paint scheme didn't get her very far at all. There were pit stops in that last caution. Here's your running order. Zachary Robinson is first. Mason Wood is second. Third is Eric Austin. Fourth, Rob Thomas. Fifth, Peter Saviano. Sixth, Brett Yates. Seventh, Dion Scott. Fifth, sixth, seventh. Seventh is Dion Scott. 8th, Toby Sanford. 9th, Ashton Brab. 10th is now Richard Johnson. 11th, Josh Colin. 12th, Aaron Williams. 13th, Brandon Bain. 14th, Barney Ward. 15th, T.O. Bain. 16th, Forrester Kenoy. 17th, Tony Blazer. 18th, Jack Nathan. 19th, Evan Gattuso. And 20th is Nick Hames. Seth Cole is 21st. 22nd, Kyle Sosnowski. 23rd, Zach Austin. 24th, Tyler Manson. 25th, Emilio Navart. Then it's Clark, McDonald, Ward, Ben Paul, and Tracy Moore complete the top 30. Well, that was an interesting start. I think we need a single file restart here. Hopefully Mafias Reynolds back there doesn't make the same mistake twice. And also, Tyler Manson was the guy that he bumped. Oh no. Watch it in this corner. Now I'll check the back to make sure everyone gets going. And oh yeah, here we go. They are having some that was a bit of a problematic start in the back, but at least they didn't wreck. But up front, pretty clean. Maybe we can get into a green flag run here. There goes Dion Scott. I believe he's a road. I would suppose he's a road racer since he's from Australia, and I think he's proving that right now. Dion Scott doing very well, and ooh, watch out, Sanford. Is the caution out? Once we get through the first lap, we should be good. Well, it looks like we might be good because there's still no caution. Mason Wood tries to get around Zachary Robinson. This is only his third start in the PWRL Budweiser Retro Series. Ooh, but he swung up way wide in that turn, and he might have got a bit of a challenge from Eric Austin, who, as long as he comes back next season, he'll be in the shootout. If he doesn't come back next season, then whoever gets the 9 will probably take his place. And also, attention to everyone. The champion, like for any of my series, the champion will get his ride reserved for season 2. Vivian Reynolds just hit the pit lane. Is this? I don't think this is scheduled. I think he lost a tire right there. As Robinson is now pulling away. Mason Wood gained a little bit on that lap. We're on lap 6 of 17 now. 41 drivers racing each other. But only 40 of them aren't lonely. Here's Thomas McCook. He is challenging Jackson Brown for the 34th position. Brown won Michigan, but hasn't really done much ever since, and I think it just proved it because McCook successfully gets the position. Also, as of recent, I've really been disappointed with Ben Ward. I was expecting him to do well. I was really expecting him to do well in these road races, but since he's British and all, but instead we're seeing him back in the 30s. We've basically been seeing that as of recent, we've basically been seeing that every week. I don't know what's going on at the 17 camp, but they need to do something. Oh man, Robinson pulled away easily from Wood that time. Great debut so far by Richard Johnson. He is just showing a ton of speed in that 25 car. He's making a great transition from open wheel to stock cars. He just nailed it. Meanwhile, the other debutante, Kyle Sosnowski, is back around mid-pack in 22nd place. Sosnowski's had a okay week. He's shown some okay speed, but not really anything to contend for a top 10 finish. So this wasn't exactly unexpected for the 28 team. Oh, Navarrete. Surprised Navarrete's back here. He's done a pretty good job. And he's got the preferred line coming into this blind turn. Battling Zach Austin for position. He's got it. Navarrete moves up to 23rd. As Mason Wood is now less than a second behind the 5. He also has the fastest lap of the race. I think it's gonna be, unless pit stops shake things up, I think it's gonna be these two that contend for the win of this race. We're basically at the halfway point right now. But Wood cannot drive it too hard in this corner. This corner has been the bane of his existence so far today. That alternate paint scheme on the 42. He is still closing. Obviously, Wood has a faster car than Robinson. Oh wow, Kyle Sosnowski has dropped back to 24th place. And Ben Ward is running 32nd. Oh, but that's gonna, he keeps killing all of the momentum he has. Also, Brandon Bain just cannot catch a break. He shows a ton of speed, but then his pit crew, he shows a lot of speed, but then his pit crew botches the pit stop, and he ends up he ends up either midfield or at the back of the field. Also, Ashton Brab from Germany seems to be getting back on the warpath, running a very quiet 15th so far. Barney Ward's also been second in points. Barney Ward has also been pretty quiet in 14th. The guy who's right ahead of him in points, Tony Blazer, the points leader, is having yet another quiet day in 13th. 12th, last week's winner at Darlington, becoming the first ever driver to get 2 wins in the PWRL, is Aaron Williams. He just recently won at Atlanta in Kyle Sosnowski's Dunkin' Donuts Cup Series. So Aaron Williams is now a 4-time winner in the PWRL. I'm pretty sure that makes him the most winningest driver in PWRL history. But we would expect nothing less from the PORWC president. Oh, Robinson's in the pit lane. Anyone following him? No! He's all alone! Since nobody's coming in with him, I can't really say whether that's a scheduled pit stop or not. It might not, as Mason Wood led that last lap. He's now got the lead. Maybe he's just pitting early, I don't know. Or maybe he stayed out. If he stayed out, then the others might be good on fuel. Man, that'd be a disaster for the 5 team. Nope. No, the others are coming in too. Got the majority of the field coming in now, so no, that was the start of green flag pit stops. Zachary Robinson's stop there, that was a regularly scheduled pit stop. Richard Johnson chooses to stay out, along with Josh Colin, Aaron Williams, T.O. Bain, Tony Blazer, Barney Ward, Brandon Bain. And that's all of them. No, it's not all of them, but... Whoa, wait, that something doesn't look right. It's Mason Wood's car. Okay, from a little distance there, it looked like he had damage on the race car. He's gonna come out of the pit lane first. Trying a little bit of pit strategy. Anyway, let's go back to Richard Johnson, who's now got Josh Colin, another guy who I would expect to be a road racer, right behind him. I haven't really heard this name too much. However, he's already a bit of a bridesmaid. If I remember correctly, he already, he's only run a few races. He already has 3 runner-up finishes in the PWRL, so he's getting really, really close to his first win. In the PWRL Dunkin' Donuts Cup Series, he finished 2nd at Daytona and 2nd at Atlanta, I believe. 2 runner-up finishes. In this series, I believe he finished 2nd at. In this series, I believe he finished 2nd at Bristol. As the rest of the drivers who have not stayed out already are now, who have not come in already, are making their pit stops. In a short period of time, we should see who will be your new leader. Oh, whoa. Oh, man, Johnson. Okay, Johnson just got a little deep into the pit lane. Got a little deep there and, ooh! They came in side by side, but I think Mason Wood's gonna have the lead. Yeah, Mason Wood is the leader. Eric Austin is 2nd, 3rd Dion Scott. 4th is going to be Zachary Robinson. 5th Josh Colin. 6th Rob Thomas. Oh no, now Rob Thomas is going to be 5th. 7th Brett Yates. 8th Toby Sanford. 9th Peter Saviano. And Richard Johnson now rounds at the top 10. That pit strategy not working out. Where's Brandon Bain? My gosh! Man, that pit crew is just terrible! Wait a minute, no, he's got damage! Hold on a sec. Where? Oh, yellow flag! Oh, yellow flag is out! It says in progress yellow, and yes, yellow lights are on! Something must have happened to the 15 of Brandon Bain. However, that's going to be yet another good race for. That's going to be yet another decent race for Brandon Bain. Ruined. I bet that made him lose his composture. Mason Wood will be your leader. He actually has damage on that car himself. Eric Austin second and Dion Scott third. Let's go back and see what happened. Well, here's where Mason Wood got his damage. Oh, we're gonna fast forward just real quick here. Now, look to the right side of your screen. You're gonna see Thomas Reynolds in the 65 car. He is when Wood merges, he's not gonna see the 42 coming, and he makes contact with him. Wood doesn't budge, but Reynolds gets in trouble. Here he goes, and Reynolds kisses the tire barriers. Now we're gonna fast forward and show you what happened to bring out the caution, and it indeed involved Brandon Bain. I don't think his pit stop was actually all that bad. What really has botched his race is what happened when he came out of the pit lane. Same thing that happened to Mason Wood, only this time the car that got hit did spin. There you go. Forster Keenoi gets into him. Don't really know why. Oh wait, Forster Keenoi gets into him. They spin. Just a racing incident. But still a tough break for Brandon Bain yet again. We'll see you back for the restart. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap number 16 of 17. Only 2 laps remain. No pit stops on that last caution. We already had pit stops. Here is your running order. Mason Wood is first. Can he get his first win and only his third start? Eric Austin second. Dion Scott third. Fourth, Zachary Robinson. Fifth, Rob Thomas. Sixth, Brett Yates. Seventh, Toby Sanford. Eighth, Josh Cullen. Ninth, Peter Saviano. And 10th is Richard Johnson. 11th, T.O. Bain. 12th, Aaron Williams. 13th, Ashton Brad. 14th is the points leader, Tony Blazer. 15th, second, right behind him is second, and 15th is second in points, Barney Ward. 16th, Jack Nathan. 17th, Seth Cole. 18th, Nick Hames. 19th, Evan Gattuso. And 20th is Kyle Sosnowski. Really, I think it's going to be coming down the first. I think really the longest range of cars that could really take this win if there's no pit stops is the top 5. Because road courses can be difficult to pass on at the front. Road courses are difficult to pass on at the front of the field. I'm really thinking that Mason Wood could get his first win in only his third start. There goes the pace car. Eric Austin's going to try and get the best restart he can. And remember, Wood does have damage. You can see it right there. Here they come. Anticipating the start. Green flag. Back out. 2 laps to go. Robinson's going to try and make a move on Dion Scott right away, but ooh, that was a little close. Ooh, Eric Austin is looking to the inside. Robinson's trying to look everywhere to get around Dion Scott. Eric Austin's going to have to try everything to get around the 42. Can he get the win? He got the pole for Darlington, but pit stops in the final laps of the race ended up screwing up his result. Wood gets a big lead. Dion Scott has a podium finish this year. Like, Dion Scott does have a podium finish this season. It was at Bristol. Can he get a nutter? Pulling away from Robinson. Robinson's out of it. Like, they're pulling away from Robinson. I would say Zachary Robinson is out of it. Whoa, I think I see someone coming in the pits back there. No, it was just my imagination. But woo, T.O. Bain slid up. Final lap. Eric, it's gonna be. And now the 9 pulls away from, and now the top 2 break away from the 8th. It's going to be down to Mason Wood and Eric Austin. Mason Wood cannot choke. He can't go off the road on that one turn that he's had some problems with. He needs to be able to hold on. However, Eric Austin, he's gonna try and jump on any mistakes that he makes, but Wood's starting to pull away. I'd say Wood's got it. Coming to the final hairpin. Who is going? Can Austin Deuce get a last-ditch effort? Can I put a last-ditch effort? Gonna try and get it. It's not gonna be enough. Mason Wood is gonna get his first PWRL Budweiser Retro Series win and only his 3rd start. Unbelievable. A big shocker right there. Eric Austin 2nd. So close. Still a great effort. 3rd, Dion Scott of his 2nd podium of the season. 4th is Zachary Robinson, had a great run. 5th, Rhett Yates. Finally back on the warpath is Yates. 6th, Rob Thomas, good for him in the championship. Josh Cohen, unsurprisingly, another top 10. Aaron Williams moves up into the top 10. 9th, Toby Sanford. And 10th is T.O. Bain. I think something might have happened here. Points leader Tony Blazer ends up 14th, and Richard Johnson's 15th. Kyle Sosnowski finished 21st, which is exactly where he started. But I thought I saw someone in the pit lane. Yes, Vivian Reynolds. He's stuck in the pit lane. Well, we're gonna see what happened here. Was this just like a scheduled pit stop or something, or did he have a problem? Oh, they had a problem with that car, and they never brought it out of the pit lane. Well, that's all we got this week for the Budweiser Retro Series. Here comes the results and standings. You have been watching a production of the Pro World Racing League, where real racing happens. See you next time.